The air is electric, as powerful machines and clever teamwork come together to unload massive logs. The operation starts by positioning the log crane trailer so the rear tailgate is ready for action. A separate winch is mounted at the rear of the Jeep to secure and lift each log, with a worn 6,000 pounds winch providing the muscle for every move. You can feel the tension every time the cable tightens around another log. Each log, roughly 4 feet long and 20 inches in diameter, is grabbed using a sturdy log tong purchased from Princess Auto. A second winch, a super winch EP 12,500 pounds, is attached to another vehicle for additional lifting force. The coordination between machines and operators is honestly impressive. Winch cables are fastened to a large tree about 7 feet up with a tree saver strap, using the height to help lift and guide the logs. The winch system slowly and safely brings each log down from the trailer bed. Every log that touches the ground feels like a mini victory. The process repeats for each log until the trailer is empty. Final checks ensure all equipment is secured and ready for the next load. You can't help but admire the careful planning and smooth execution in this operation. Watching these heavy loads handled so smoothly is seriously satisfying. In the world of winemaking, the journey of a great oak cask begins in the quiet forests where premium oak is selected and harvested. Logs are carefully cut, seasoned, and split into staves, the building blocks of every barrel and tank. The rich scent of oak fills the workshop as each stave is shaped. The wood is air-dried for months to reach the perfect moisture content. Staves are then steamed and bent into classic curves, locked together by hand and with specialized machinery. Once the structure is set, metal hoops are hammered on and joints are sealed for leak-proof strength. Large tanks and casks are thoroughly sanded and finished. The newly assembled tank is carefully toasted with an open fire inside, a process that develops aroma and enhances the oak's character for aging wine. Once the main body is finished, craftspeople fit the bottom and top heads to seal the tank. Openings for manways, valves, and sample ports are precisely cut, and doors or lids are installed to allow easy access and control during winemaking. Each connection is adjusted to ensure a perfect, leak-proof fit. The completed oak casks and tanks are loaded for delivery, destined for wineries around the world. Seeing the transformation from forest to winery storage is truly rewarding. There's an undeniable magic when a classic wooden yacht is restored to her former glory. The process starts with carefully stripping away the old hull, exposing the frame that has weathered decades at sea. Every layer removed reveals the yacht's true character. Next, long planks are heated over an open flame, making the wood flexible enough for bending. The heat allows craftsmen to shape each plank exactly to the yacht's original curves. The scent of heated timber fills the workshop, adding to the sense of tradition in the air. Expert shipwrights select planks to fit over the original ribs, a painstaking task on a vessel with 60 years of history. After heating, the team presses and clamps each plank tightly against the hull, using heavy-duty tools to secure every section in place before fastening. Watching the team problem-solve on the fly is inspiring. It takes steady hands and absolute focus to keep every plank in perfect alignment. Old fasteners are replaced, and gaps are closed with skillful hammering. No two boards are the same. Every adjustment is guided by the unique conditions of the yacht's structure. It's a blend of tradition and adaptation, where nothing is left to chance. Sometimes, the smallest details require the most patience. Custom jigs and handmade tools are crafted by the master carpenter, while the crew relies on teamwork and experience built over generations. As the hull takes shape, sanding, caulking, and sealing prepare the vessel for a new life. Mechanical systems, fittings, and interiors are all restored or upgraded. The work is heavy, the dust is everywhere, but the satisfaction is real. Seeing the project come together is proof of relentless dedication. For everyone involved, it's more than a job. It's a craft, a calling, and a piece of living history. Restoring Cassiopeia is a testament to the patience and artistry at the heart of traditional shipbuilding. The raw power of a logging truck is put to the test when a fully loaded rig faces a steep, twisting forest climb. The driver approaches the incline, and at first, the wheels spin helplessly in the loose earth. This is where the positive differential axle steps in, transferring torque so both wheels push together, even when one starts to slip. With a quick adjustment, the driver regains control. The truck surges forward, all wheels gripping the terrain, and slowly crawls past the tough curve. Watching this axle system in action is seriously impressive. This technology is why heavy logging rigs can conquer rugged trails, keeping massive loads on the move through punishing conditions. It's a mechanical solution that makes the difference in real-world forestry. There's nothing quite like watching a steel 075 tear into a giant cedar stump. The saw roars to life, its chains slicing effortlessly through dense wood fibers. The operator angles the blade for a clean plunge cut, then shifts to a sweeping motion to free the stump from its base. Sawdust flies as the powerhead muscles deeper, the rich scent of cedar filling the air. Finally, with a few precise finishing cuts, the massive stump is separated, ready for removal. The raw power of this classic saw makes short work of even the toughest timber. Mayhem. The sheer force behind a trailer crane lifting a 12-foot oak log is hard to ignore. First, heavy chains secure the log, setting the stage for the big lift. The 6,000 pounds worn winch, mounted on the back of a Jeep, powers up as the crane operator lines everything up. In moments, a 1,000 lb log rises smoothly off the ground. This kind of job shows just how practical and powerful the right equipment can be. Nothing beats the raw power of an industrial shredder tackling brass turnings. Loads of tangled brass shavings are dumped into the SSI dual shear M55E, where twin shafts immediately grab and tear the metal apart. Smart feed technology keeps the flow steady, forcing brass through rotating blades for consistent sizing. Each rotation crushes, cuts, and shreds the scrap into smaller, manageable pieces. Within seconds, the shiny mess turns into clean, uniform chips ready for recycling. Efficient, loud, and relentless, this process transforms scrap into valuable raw material for foundries and manufacturers. Deep in the forest, the MB Track 1100 lines up for a serious test of muscle and traction. With a massive beech log already chained to its rear, the tractor's Werner double-drum winch kicks into gear. As the cable tightens, the engine growls and tires dig deep, hauling the heavy trunk across thick mud and uneven ground. Chunks of earth fly, while the log grinds forward, refusing to move easily. The whole scene is a show of grit. One machine, raw force, and pure determination, dragging stubborn timber step by step until it finally breaks free from the woods. Turning raw logs into stacks of firewood is a real show of modern engineering. The PPC 1500 processor takes center stage as massive logs, up to 8 meters long and 60 centimeters thick, are loaded onto the infeed deck. A hydraulic clamp locks each log in place before the main saw blade descends, slicing wood into precise lengths. Watching that saw tear through such heavy timber is oddly thrilling. Cut sections move to the splitting chamber, where a hydraulic wedge applies 25 to 35 tons of force, cleaving each round into neat firewood pieces. That much power in one press is always a jaw-dropper. Depending on operator settings, the machine can switch from sawing and splitting to sawing only, making it versatile for different log types. It's impressive to see the speed and consistency in every cycle. You almost lose track of time watching the endless flow of perfect firewood roll down the conveyor. Split firewood rides out on a conveyor, ready for drying or immediate use. Both electric and diesel models are available, providing flexibility for different sites. Routine checks ensure the system runs safely, keeping productivity high and breakdowns rare. You really appreciate the combination of brute force and smart automation here. The result? A mountain of clean, uniform firewood in a fraction of the time traditional manual splitting would take. The PPC 1300 Firewood Processing Center is a marvel of automation and raw power. Raw logs, sometimes over 8 meters in length, arrive on site and are placed onto the infeed conveyor by a single operator. The conveyor moves each log towards a programmable circular saw, which cuts it into segments of a chosen length. Depending on the model, logs up to 8,000 millimeters long and 500 millimeters in diameter are accepted, covering both small and industrial needs. The automatic system ensures every cut is consistent and precisely measured. After cutting, hydraulic grippers rotate each segment into the splitting chamber. Splitting power is selectable: 9, 12, or up to 18 tons, making even the toughest beech or oak yield quickly. Operators can adjust splitting and segment size in real time from a digital control panel. All mechanical movements are monitored by limit switches and electronic sensors for safety and cycle optimization. Once split, the firewood moves onto a vibrating conveyor where it is sorted and collected for drying or direct sale. Dust extraction and interlocking guards protect both equipment and operator at every stage. Power options include robust electric motors, diesel engines, or PTO drive for flexibility. Cycle times can reach as little as 2 seconds per split, boosting daily productivity dramatically. Watching raw timber become neatly stacked, ready to burn firewood in minutes, highlights the machine's efficiency and design genius. Witnessing the assembly of a balbouche industrial hall reveals just how much precision and efficiency goes into modern timber construction. The process starts with prefabricated balbouche beams and panels delivered to the workshop, where each piece is prepared for installation. Laser guides and CNC machines are used to mark and drill precise holes into the beams, ensuring perfect alignment for future connections. CNC drilling rigs allow dozens of holes to be made at exactly the right positions within seconds, crucial for high-strength bolted joints. Thanks to pre-production and digital controls, every drilled hole perfectly matches the connection templates, minimizing site adjustments. Once machined, metal connection plates are inserted into specially cut grooves in the timber, as workers carefully align everything before fastening. Prefabricated steel plates improve load transfer and structural performance at each connection point. Bolts are hammered and tightened by hand to secure all joints. The use of standardized connection templates reduces assembly errors and speeds up the construction process significantly. For the roof panels, mineral wool boards or wood wool slabs are added for sound and thermal insulation. These layers are then covered with large wood panels, forming the finished roof structure. Panels are lifted by cranes using vacuum lifters or sling systems, ensuring safe handling even for large elements. Each roof panel is placed onto the assembled beams according to the construction plan, and adjustments are made for precise fit. Final installation sees panels fixed and aligned, completing the building's framework in just a few days. The visible balbouche beams and roof panels give the hall a bright, modern appearance, with the wood's natural grain adding a distinctive touch. This method combines speed, quality, and the impressive engineering made possible by engineered beech timber.